The Osage Indian Murders. The Osage Nation is a Midwestern Native American tribe of the Great Plains in what is now the United States of America. Osage is a French version of the tribe's name, which can be roughly translated to calm water. In 1870, an act of Congress provided for the Osage tribe to buy 1,570,059 acres from the Cherokees in modern-day Osage County, which is in Oklahoma. The Osage became the only American Indian nation to buy its own reservation. In October 1897, oil was discovered in the Osage Nation, and during the next 2 decades, the oil would produce more wealth than all of the American gold rushes combined. The Osage became some of the richest individuals on a per capita basis. On June 28, 1906, Congress passed the Allotment Act, specifying that property and mineral income would be distributed equally among the 2,229 members of the Osage tribe. About 5,900 oil and gas wells were producing oil on Osage land. That was in 1920. But beginning in 1921, a series of murders hit the Osage tribe. A new federal law was passed requiring any Osage of half or more Indian ancestry to be appointed a guardian until proving competency. Guardianships were assigned by corrupt local non-Native American judges who gifted the positions to relatives, cronies, and political supporters. When the murders began in 1921, investigations by the local sheriff were badly bungled. The murders continued on through to 1925. In March of 1923, the Osage Tribal Council requested U.S. government intervention to deal with these murders. In response, the U.S. Bureau of Investigation, which is today's FBI, or Federal Bureau of Investigation, sent agents to Osage County, and this would be the FBI's first murder case. William King of Osage Hills Hale was a wealthy rancher and businessman, and he was behind several of the murders, aiming to seize the victims' valuable oil headrights. Others were involved in the murders too, including family members, associates, and hired accomplices. Many of the crimes were carried out through methods such as poisoning, staged accidents, and other forms of foul play to make the deaths appear natural. In 2017, journalist and writer David Grann published Killers of the Flower Moon, The Osage Murders, and the Birth of the FBI. Through exhaustive digging in archival records, he turned up evidence that the murders had begun at least 3 years before 1921 and lasted for 6 years after 1925. This autumn, a highly anticipated film directed by Martin Scorsese and starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro is being released. It is an adaptation of David Grann's book. The Osage Indian murders prompted significant changes in federal law and policy in the early 1900s. The Indian Reorganization Act of 1934 aimed to restore autonomy and self-governance to Native American tribes. seeking to protect their assets and their rights.